What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. There are plenty of women with low body counts. Most men simply don't want them. Look, I had to address that because that's always a big issue. And let me shout out Mr. Lucario because I saw an Instagram post where he talked about it. And, there's always a back and forth on it. Some guys are like, it don't matter what their count is. Other guys say, yeah, it matter, and come up with a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just going to say this. Wherever you are at it, we got to start dealing with some realities on it. And let me first, before I even say that, if you don't want a high count woman, don't take one. Don't take one. You ain't forced to. That's up to you. And if you want a high count woman, okay, go for it. The real issue, though, that nobody wants to say is there's plenty of women with low counts. Let's just be real. There's plenty of women with low counts. Men don't want them. Men don't want them. Because let's be real, just like there's a select and non-select in how women in their selection criteria, we got our own selection criteria. Our selection criteria is based on the mythical 10, the icons. Shoot. Men as a group want the baddies. Let's just be real. Shoot. A woman can be rated a 6. And some men ain't gonna want her. I've had several guys hit me up privately. And they'll say, well, Rom, I can get those 5s and 6s, but I can't get those 7s. How do I get those 7s? Okay. And I ain't gonna say what to do with them. That could, what to settle for or whatever. If you don't want to, you want the 7s and all of that, 8s. Hey, you got every right to. I ain't gonna say even like the casual thing to say or usual thing to say is, just stay in your lane. You got a right to have what you want. But if you're saying a low count, let's be real. The overwhelming majority of those women who got a low count don't look as good. They either too skinny, too fat, questionable faces. Shout out to a term made famous by Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. Average at best. Men don't want them. Seriously. And that's just a reality. And for the few women, and there are some women, I've talked about this before, I call them stars, like Rhode Island Bed Beautiful. Like, they just naturally don't have to fix up or anything. They might have a low count just purely based on a lot of guys intimidated by them. But, come on, how often are you going to see that? You're talking 1 in 10,000 women. And then you got to find one who's single. Please. Please. But let's be real, there's a ton of women out there. Shoot. Because anytime you talk to any guys, like even when you talk about, like guys talking about modern women, 304s, you're talking about the baddies. You're talking about those IG women. And what guys really want, they want one of those baddies with a low count. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Because even, I've talked about sexual repression before. Shoot. A lot of those women, if they're unattractive and sexually repressed, please. And indeed, even if they look good and, fixed up, there's something else. You got some women, they might just be straight up, they might be like religious fanatics. I know a young lady, she's real pretty. Her body count is like 1. Guys will be lucky, but if you ain't worshiping your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ in the way her particular denomination do it, she ain't getting you none. Seriously. She ain't giving you none. And shit, I've met some women, they in marriages and stuff, and they were like, their sex drive is low. Because, in fact, I got to get out here and do something real quick. I'm going to get back with y'all in a second. Let me break. I got to get something out of the post office. All right, y'all, I'm back. Let me get my glasses. Had to get something from the post office, but getting back into what I was talking about. Look, it's just a reality, right? It's just a reality. Plenty of women. There's plenty of them. But do you want those women? Like, if you really want a woman who got a low body count, if you really want that, and I'm serious, I ain't, like I said, however you stand on it, but if that's what you want, you got to be realistic. First of all, you got to get a woman who don't look like a lot of guys have tried to come at her. Now, all women like sex. They still like sex and shit, but they can look as if they don't look a certain way. They ain't sexy. Let's be real. What's the basics? Okay, her face is average. Her breasts don't stand out. She don't got that nice ass. Okay, she gonna have a low count. She might have had a guy here and there, maybe some guy, use her for some gratification or something. But how many guys are gonna do that? Because let's just be real on something. Let's just be real. A lot of guys out here, the same guys who talking about the body count thing, regardless of how they try to justify, are simply pickier. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we gotta be realistic about it too. You want the high body, you want the low body count, but don't want the women who likely to have it. So then what do you do? And I ain't gonna suggest you grab the women, but just be realistic. Don't get mad. Just admit to yourself, no, you want that baddie to have a low body count. I'm like, come on now. I told this story before, how, or did I tell it publicly? Yeah, I think I did. I was dealing with this woman and she tried to tell me she had a low body count. And I just looked at her, I said, no, her ass too fat for all of that. But that's exactly, seriously, I looked at her. I even told her that. I said, no, you went 6 years without something? Yeah. I mean, she had an ass you could set your drink on. And I found out later that, my instincts were correct. Seriously, if you get some little fat PHAT body, the woman got a body. First of all, if a woman got a decent face and a killer body, guys are going to be coming at her. It's hard for that woman to have a low body count no matter how picky. Because that was a lesson I learned from that woman I mentioned. Because I said, no, because guys will be coming up with some story, something. They're going to be tricking or something. Because let's be real, a lot of guys will trick. If she look decent, got a killer body or something like that, the guy's going to trick. But guys ain't going to trick on just some average looking woman, mousy looking woman with a body that don't stand out. So shoot, she going to be in some trouble. So yeah, if you want that woman with that low body count, okay, you're going to have to really deal with that attractive woman. But then she don't pass the boner test. Your joint ain't getting hard for her. You're not attracted to her. And she might be as loving. And you know what's funny? You do get some guys who would still marry that type of woman. But then it's a reverse my bad situation. It's a reverse my bad situation. She come home one day, you some other woman tearing you up, going down on you or something, and then, look back at the girl and be like, my bad, this you? Let me finish up. Seriously. Because that's a big thing. That's a major thing. Because there's some guys out here, they will actually marry that woman, maybe even pop out a baby. But then there's another thing. Too. And this is regardless of what the woman really look like. You get that low body count woman, she just might have a low sex drive. There are many women, two people mentioned this. Two people always mention Master Yao and also Master Teacher BGS. There was something about that, I think it was a live stream or something, way long time ago. But he mentioned, there's some women, he was talking to, Master Teacher BGS was talking about women less likely to cheat. And he said, you can find a woman less likely to cheat, but she probably, the best way, or most likely she's less likely to cheat, she got a low sex drive. So a woman with a low sex drive, by default, she ain't chasing it as much. And there's actually a lot of women. They might want sex, with a certain guy, but they're going to have a generally low sex drive. It's like, it's not even repression. It's just the reality of it. And they can look good otherwise. And it's a reality. But if she got a low sex drive, that means even when she get with you, you ain't gonna get that much. I actually know this one dude, I ain't gonna call his name, but that dude, for religious reasons, was a virgin until he got married. But he married a woman, they ain't had sex beforehand, but found out she had a low sex drive, because he said even after marriage, he still feel like a virgin. If he see this, nothing personal, just teaching, bro. But seriously, because now let me be clear, this ain't saying, go get a high count woman. I'm just saying you got to know everything that's going on and just be realistic. And then you got to ask yourself, okay, she don't have it, okay, but now if you somebody who got a low sex drive yourself, it ain't a big deal. Hey, that's a perfect marriage. That's a perfect relationship. But just let's be real. Most guys want that woman to get off on them. Most guys know they want that woman who's just going to jump around and everything. Most guys know it. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts. Let me check something just real quick. I'm going to still be on here. I just got to roll. Now, if I stop this video, there's a real issue. I shouldn't have to. But I just got to check on something. All right. And what it was, well, Rom keeps some things to himself. All right. Okay, we cool. Anyway. This just got to be realistic. I mean, you don't want the woman. Seriously. Or if you get her, you ain't liking what you getting. And then you want to cheat, and it's like a whole bunch of other problems. And then if you married to her, she had sex with you long. Oh, that's another thing too. Some of those low drive women, they'll still pop out your baby, but that's it. And now, let me be clear, because I know some people say, well, is he telling us to get a high sex woman? No, I'm just giving you information. I'm saying, look, this is what you got to deal with realistically. Yeah, that'd be great you get that baddie with a low count. Yeah, if you can get that real fine woman who, for whatever reason, was real picky and got a low count, hey, you doing something. And especially, just reality, especially if she in her 20s. Because let's just be real. Once you get past a certain age, like if you're in certain like tiny religious communities where they, the women's sexual nature was more policed, okay, maybe. And if you like 14 years old and you catch a woman in that community, and nowadays 14-year-olds, please, at best. Shit, at best they might just be technical virgins, at best, because I've dealt with some women who were technically virgins, but they can suck the fuck out of a dick. Oh man. But you be finding out some stuff. And here's what the bottom line is though, and I've said this before, ultimately, you just got to know what's going on out here. And it's up to you how comfortable you are. Seriously. Because, you pretty much ain't going to get both. It's going to be hard. That's like a unicorn. That woman with the low count, but also going to rock your world. Who's fine and everything. That's going to be hard as shit. And like I said, there's plenty of low count women. Thing is, how attracted are you to them? Can't bribe your dick. And that's all it is. That's all it is. Now, you notice, and let me be clear, again, because I know people hear some stuff, and he say, oh, he tell us to get some high count women. Hey. He tell us to get some high count women. No, I ain't saying that. I'm saying be realistic. Be realistic, period. Like I said, if you want that low count woman, look for what you gonna get with it. Now everybody's talking about what you get with the problems, which are legit with the high count woman. Well, the low count women, that's bringing some shit too. And the thing is, my thing is this, and a lot of people who really follow me know, Rom's just realistic about shit. Rom is just realistic, because trust me. And how I know about this, what did I talk about yesterday? Talking with plenty of women. And for the record, women from all over the world, including some coaching clients from all over the world. And plus, if I've dealt with enough women, engaged them enough, I can pretty much tell a woman. Like that woman I mentioned, I said, ain't no way with that fat ass she went 6 years without fucking. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. She had that ass, dudes that just straight up hand her the money. Ain't no way. But if you deal with some women, look, you can look at them. Seriously, let's just be real. If you take a look at a woman and she averaged at best, I'm saying at best, like that's her best thing. But then really, she got an unfortunate phase. Her body is not going to win her any money. She going to a club, strip club or something. Oh, no, they ain't going to make it rain. You know? Now, she might make it rain or something. Or she'll get somebody, guys be like, look, here's some money, get off the stage. And then, if she's sexually repressed, which means she ain't going to show her body. Yeah, she's likely going to have a low count. But who wants that? Like, seriously, who really wants that? You know? Now, there's a few guys who do. Okay, you got it. But most guys don't. You know you want that IG woman. You know you want that woman going back that thing up. You know you want to do that old Juvenile song. Look at it, say, you's a big fine woman, won't you back that thing up? You know that. You know you want her. You know you want her to, like, you know, you be laying on the bed, you're jointing up. You know you want that woman who's going to put that pillow under her neck and just stay on your joint. And you know you want her to swallow too. But then you don't want her to have a high count, because if a woman doing all that, she has experience. You know? She has experience, trust me. Yeah, because she hit you with some stuff, you be like, where'd you learn that? And if you choose to believe a lie, she might say, well, yeah, I just read about it in a book. Yeah, okay. Seriously. Now, I know some people, they be like, damn, Rob, you getting on to the sex talk and all of that. No. Guys gotta just be realistic out here. You gotta really think about stuff. I wish, you know, it'd be great if shit was just perfect out here. Perfect situation, you know. And it'd be great you had a critical mass of women who, you know, if you had a critical mass of women who, sorry, I just thought about something real quick. Nothing I'm gonna get into, but yeah, it'd be great you had a critical mass of women who got low counts and all of that. Critical mass. Let me adjust that. A critical mass of gorgeous women who had low counts. But come on now, come on. Yeah, come on now. You get these women fixing themselves up. What they trying to do? They hunt. Please. Oh man. That's why I don't really, I mean, other than, you know, doing this video, that's why I don't even get into the conversation, because guys want to be on some other shit, and I'm like, dude, you know, if you want that low count, hey, like I said, plenty of ugly women out here with no sex appeal, sexually repressed, low sex drives. Hey, but don't be wanting sex too. Now, if you got low sex drive, don't want to do anything, that's cool too. But I'm just being realistic, y'all. Because too many, be some dudes out here, and I've said this, I'll say this again and again. There's a lot of dudes out here fantasizing more than the women. One of the reasons I've never really been upset by women, I've always looked at them realistically. I've looked at them realistically. A lot of dudes on some fantasy. I've never been on some fantasy. I take them as they are. If I don't like something about them, just don't deal with them. But I don't judge them on it. I just say, well, that's not for me. That's not for me. All right. So anyway, that's all I get. Gotta go get some vittles. I gotta get back home. I'm recording this early. I gotta get back home expecting a business delivery, because you know how UPS is. And I ordered something I gotta sign for. They ain't gonna just leave it. I don't trust porch pirates anyway. But I said, let me get home. Let me get home, sit there, wait for it to come, and then I got some other shit to do. But anyway, man. But I mean what I say. Plenty of low. I'm seriously. I get on a live stream with somebody and argue that. There's plenty of low count women out here. We don't want them. They don't get your dick hard. You know? Or they got low sex drive. And who wants to be with a woman with a low sex drive unless you got it yourself? If you do, hey, yeah, perfect. But men like me, you know, shit, sex drive 57, this sex drive's still there. My joint be at the window watching the sunrise. Then they come back over and wake me up. Yo, man, we got pee. All right, man, just go in there and pee. You know? So, anyway, you know, if you got noble sex drive, you want a woman with a noble sex drive too, or one that's going to satisfy you, you know? And real quick, some people say, well, I'll just teach her. Yeah, if that drive ain't in her already, it's going to take a whole lot for you to turn her out to that point. Open up. Trust me, especially the older she is. Shit, like you meet a woman with that low sex drive in her 30s, she had those sexual hang-ups, or your shit, you better be one of those dudes who can make a woman come without touching. If you ain't on that level, she gonna still have that shit. And plus, she got that low sex drive. She ain't gonna appear sexy anyway. At best, she might have like some raw bone structure, but she ain't gonna appear sexy anyway. So you still might not want her. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll get back with you. Peace and blessings.